Let's read another story from Dorothy Edwards' My Naughty Little Sister, a treasury collection, illustrated by Shirley Hughes. We are going to read My Naughty Little Sister Cuts Out. Hello, my talented artists. My Naughty Little Sister Cuts Out by Dorothy Edwards. Once, when I was a little girl and my naughty little sister was a very little girl, it rained and rained and rained. It rained every day, and it rained all the time, and everything got wetter and wetter and wetter. And when my naughty little sister went out, she had to wear her mackintosh and her Wellingtons. My naughty little sister had a beautiful red mackintosh cape with a hood, just like Little Red Riding's hood. And she had a little red umbrella. My little sister used to carry her umbrella under her cape because she didn't want it to get wet. Wasn't she a silly girl? When my naughty little sister went down the road, the rain went plop, plop, plop onto her head and scatter, scatter, scatter against her cape, and her Wellington boots went splish, splash in the puddles. My naughty little sister liked puddles very much, and she splished and splashed such a lot that the water got into the tops of her Wellingtons and made her feet wet inside. And then my naughty little sister was very sorry because she caught a cold. She got a nasty, sneezy, a tissuey cold and couldn't go out in the rain anymore. My poor little sister looked very miserable when my mother said she could not go out, but her cold was very bad. And she had a red nose and red eyes and a nasty buzzy ear, all because of getting her feet wet, and every now and again she couldn't help it. She said, "Achoo!" Now, my naughty little sister was a fidgety child. She wouldn't sit down quietly to hear a story like you do, or play nicely with a toy, or draw pictures with a pencil. She just fidgeted and wriggled and grumbled all the time and said, "Want to go out in the rain, want to splash and splash," in the crossest and growliest voice. And then she said, "Achoo," even when she didn't want to, because of the nasty cold she'd got, and she grumbled and grumbled and grumbled. My mother made her an orange drink, but she grumbled. My mother gave her cough stuff, but she grumbled, and really no one knew how to make her good. My mother said, "Why don't you look at a picture book?" And my naughty little sister said, "No book, nasty book." Then my mother said, "Well, would you like to play with my button box?" And my naughty little sister said she thought she might like that. But when she had dropped all the buttons out and spilled them all over the floor, she said, "No buttons. Tired of buttons." She said, "Achoo," like that, because she couldn't help it. My mother said, "Dear me, what can I do for the child?" Then my mother had a good idea. She said, "I know, you can make a scrapbook." So my mother found a big book with clean pages and a lot of old birthday cards and Christmas cards and some old picture books and a big pot of sticky paste. And she showed my naughty little sister how to make a scrapbook. My naughty little sister was quite pleased because she had never been allowed to use scissors before, and these were the nice snippy ones from Mother's workbox. My naughty little sister cut out a picture of a cow and a basket with roses in and a lady with a red dress, and a house and a squirrel, and she stuck them all in the big book with the sticky paste, and then she laughed and laughed. Do you know why she laughed? She laughed because she had stuck them all in the book in a funny way. She stuck the lady in first, and then she put the basket of roses on the lady's head and the cow on top of that. And then she put the house and the squirrel under the lady's feet. My naughty little sister thought that the lady looked very funny with the basket of flowers and the cow on her head. So my naughty little sister amused herself for quite a long while, and my mother said, "Thank goodness," and went upstairs to tidy the bedrooms, as my naughty little sister wasn't grumbling anymore. But that naughty child soon got tired of the scrapbook, and when she got tired of it, she started rubbing all the sticky paste over the table and made the table all gummy. Wasn't that nasty of her? Then she poked the scissors into the birthday cards and the Christmas cards and made them look very ugly. And then, because she liked to do snipping with the scissors, she looked around for something big to cut. Fancy looking around for mischief like that, but she did. She didn't care at all. She just looked round for something to cut. She snipped up all Father's newspaper with the scissors, and she tried to snip the pussycat's tail, only Pussy put her back up and said psst, psst, and frightened my naughty little sister. So my naughty little sister looked round for something that she could cut up easily, and she found a big brown paper parcel on a chair, a parcel all tied up with white string. My naughty little sister was so bad because she couldn't go out to play in the wet that she cut the string of the parcel. She knew that she shouldn't, but she didn't care a bit. She cut the string right through and pulled it all off. She did that because she thought it would be nice to cut up all the brown paper that was round the parcel. So she dragged the parcel onto the floor and began to pull off the brown paper. But when the brown paper was off, my very naughty little sister found something inside that she thought would be much nicer to cut. It was a lovely piece of silky, rustly material with little flowers all over it, the sort of special stuff that party dresses are made of. Now, my naughty little sister knew that she mustn't cut stuff like that, but she didn't care. She thought she would just make a quick snip to see how it sounded when it was cut. So she did make a snip, and the stuff went as the scissors bit it. And my naughty little sister was so pleased that she forgot about everything else and just cut and cut. And then all of a sudden, yes, in came my mother. My mother was cross when she saw the sticky table and the cut-up newspaper. But when she looked on the floor and saw my naughty little sister cutting the silky stuff, she was very, very angry. "You are a bad, bad child," my mother said. "You shall not have the scissors any more. Your kind Aunt Betty is going to be married soon, and she sent this nice stuff for me to make you a bridesmaid's dress, because she wanted you to hold her dress in church for her. Now you won't be able to go." My naughty little sister cried and cried because she wanted to be a bridesmaid and because she liked to have new dresses very much. But it was no use because the stuff was all cut up. After that, my naughty little sister tried to be a good girl until her cold was better. Well, that was certainly a story. I do not approve of people hurting animals, and I'm sure you feel the same way. I'm sure, or I at least hope, and I know that as she grew, she learned not to do that, just like you.